Hey, what is up guys? So we are going to be checking out a new card, GaGaGa Academy Emergency Network, which is actually a pretty decent card if you're interested in playing a really budget-friendly, easy-to-play OTK version of GaGa's. Anyways, let's go ahead and jump into the card's effects, then we'll briefly go over the combos and stuff you can do with it. So, this card is going to be coming out in Premium Pack 16 for OCG. I have no idea when it's coming out for the TCG, but it's a normal spell card. It says, if your opponent controls a monster and you control no monsters, special summon one GaGaGa monster from your deck. You cannot special summon during the turn you activate this card except XYZ summon. You can only activate one GaGaGa Academy Emergency Network per turn. So the whole downside of it requiring your opponent to actually have a monster is totally irrelevant because you basically need them to have a monster in order to pull off the OTK anyways. So let me briefly explain it. I actually did a deck profile on this deck a while ago. I think it was like a format or two ago, but I'll put a link down below in the description box if you're interested in building it. I will also update the deck profile once I get to play with this card. Once it's out on DevPro or Dueling Network, I will play with it. But anyways, let me briefly go ahead and tell you guys how it works. So the combo requires you, of course, either to have this card or somehow being able to get out two of the GaGaGas. And the two GaGaGas you're going to need are GaGaGa Girl and GaGaGa Magician. Regardless of how you get them out, it doesn't really matter. But this card is going to make it so consistent because that means you need either one, then you just special summon the other one. It's really good. So what you're going to do is you're going to get whatever card you don't have on board. So you're going to need GaGaGa Girl and GaGaGa Magician face up on the field. So if you guys don't know what GaGaGa Magician does, once per turn he can change his level from 1 through 8. And then you can only control one of him, and he can't be used for synchro material, but that doesn't really matter because you can only XYZ summon this turn. And then you're going to need GaGaGa Girl also out on the field, and her effect is you can target one GaGaGa Magician you control, and it becomes the same level as that. And then on top of that, this is where it really becomes good. When you use this card as XYZ material, you can target one special summon monster your opponent controls, and its attack becomes 0. So what you're going to be doing is actually going for this card over here, number 33, Chronomally Maku Mech. And so you need your opponent needs a monster with 2,800 or more attack, or throw out lower life points, then you can factor that in too. But it's a really easy OTK to pull off. So let me briefly go over this card's effect, then I'll explain how the OTK works. I mean, you can watch the video, but I figure let's make the video a little bit longer. We get some more content out of this video if you guys are interested in seeing how the OTK works. So this card requires 2 level 5 monsters, and once per turn you can detach one material from this card to target one face-up monster your opponent controls. Inflict damage to your opponent equal to the difference between its original attack and current attack. And if you do, this card gains attack equal to the damage inflicted. So, like I said, they're going to need a monster with 2,800 or more attack. Let me briefly explain what's going on. So, let's say they have Reddish Darkness Metal on the field. That's just a common card that I can think of off the top of my head that has 2,800 attack. So, because of GaGaGa Girl's effect, when you ever use it for XYZ material, you get to target one special summon monster your opponent controls, and its attack becomes 0. So that would make it so this card would be able to inflict 2,800 points of damage because you're inflicting damage equal to the difference between its original attack and current attack. So obviously it's 0 now, so that'll be pretty easy. There's also other ways you can change the monster's attack too, but for the sake of the video, we'll just keep it simple. So let's say you've already inflicted 2,800 points of damage right then and there. Let's say there are 8,000 life points because this will be a really quick OTK. So you've already inflicted 2,800 points of damage. And now this card over here at number 33, Maku Mech, will gain the difference. So he's 2,400 attack, but remember he gains 2,800 because it says that and if you do this card gains attack equal to the damage inflicted. So he gains 2,800 attack. Now he's going to be at 5,200 attack. You go ahead and add 5,200 plus 2,800, even though I'm awful at math, that makes a perfect 8,000. Sometimes, depending on what they have on board, you might be like 800 short or a few hundred short. I don't know, maybe you could throw an Ukasi or something like that. Or maybe a Poison of the Old Man. That's the card I actually prefer over any of those because sometimes you need to get that heal in. But yeah, this card is actually pretty darn awesome, and the deck is definitely a budget-friendly deck, and I will definitely do an updated deck profile for you guys once this card actually comes out on DevPro and Dueling Network. I'll do some duels with it. It's a pretty simple OTK, and it does it, I would say, pretty consistently, especially with this new card. Man, this is going to make the deck a lot better and have some consistency to the point where, I don't know, it might actually get kind of meta just for, a fun trolley deck to play once in a while. But, once your opponent knows what they're you're playing, they're going to try to OTK you, I'd say, as quickly as possible. Because in that deck, you basically only have one option. Because if you're playing a lot of the other cards that special summon GaGa monsters and stuff like that, or call the Haunted, just to bring back GaGas and try to pull off the OTK over and over, then they might realize what deck you are playing. But anyways, thanks for watching, guys. And like I said, check out the link down below in the description box if you want to try the deck right now without this card. And then once this card comes out, I'll tell you guys what to take out or what I can, suggest for you guys to add in because of this card. But anyways, thanks for watching, guys. Have fun with this GaGa, new card, because I think, like I said, it's got some potential just to be a fun deck that can definitely wreck your opponent once in a while. But thanks for watching. Agent Ice out.